Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I am excited to share a fantastic Italian recipe with you. If you're new, I'm Paula. Welcome back to the Flavorful Home. We're in my kitchen again, and today's recipe, East Coast, it is a biggie. It's pasta alla vodka. I love pasta alla vodka, and all that means is macaroni with vodka sauce. Vodka sauce comes together in a snap. It's delicious. I guarantee most people will probably have the ingredients on hand. You will love it. The flavor is exceptional for a dish that takes no time to put together. So I'm going to turn you around and show you just what goes into pasta alla vodka. Come on. All righty. Here we go. This is a very easy ingredient list. No surprise, vodka. And it doesn't have to be a pricey vodka because you're using it for cooking. So I just buy whatever's cheapest so that I have it in my cupboard. Tomatoes. Now, I'm going to tell you some people do things different. Jada has a recipe that uses her simple tomato sauce recipe. Another gal does it. It might be Ina Garten. I'm not sure. Does it where she roasts canned whole tomato. I'm using just ground tomatoes. And this is probably about a quart's worth. And if you use a quart's worth or a 28-ounce can and you seem like, oh, I think it might need more, you could always add a little bit of plain tomato sauce to it. The tomatoes you use is up to you, but this is how I do it. So we got nothing added to it, plain ground tomatoes, butter, onion, garlic. It might not take this whole onion. I'm very much a judge as I go along. I fly by the seat of my pants and I'm a recipe pirate. And you know what I say, when you're cooking, your kitchen, you're the boss, applesauce. I do what I feel my recipe needs when I'm cooking. Heavy cream, 2/3 to a cup, but you can go a little less if you feel you don't want, maybe you just want a half a cup, but it goes up to a cup in the recipe. Parmesan or Pecorino Romano. And the pasta I'm using is schiffoni. You could use paccheri, which is like this but ridged. You could use penne. You could use rigatoni, fusilli, whatever pasta you like. But these are the ingredients that you're going to need. I'm going to get my onion and garlic minced up, and I'll show you just how fine of a dice, and we'll get to cooking. I don't want to bore you with chopping up an onion. Also, obviously, olive oil for your pan as well to get this going. Alrighty, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so this is the dice on the onion and my garlic. It's not terribly fine, but it's not ginormous chunks. And I always put my onion in first and get that going. Also, seasonings, obviously salt and pepper. You could put a little bit of crushed red pepper. Your choice, your heat tolerance. You don't have to put it at all. I do a little bit of Italian seasoning. Violet's being very chatty. I didn't do the entire onion. I only did half. And seasoning is your preference. It could be basil. It could be a little bit of oregano, or it could be a little bit of Italian seasoning. Now we're going to go over to the stove. We're going to zhuzh with the olive oil and get frying. Okay, I have my cast iron saute pan. This is my Tramontina. I love this pan. I got it from Costco. It stays right on my stove. I absolutely love it. My heat's at about medium. Now we're going to give the olive oil just a little zhuzh. And I will use my pot holders to bring it around town. And you want it to be nice and hot. I keep an eye on that. I pump it up just to get the oil hot, and then I bring it back down when it's where I want it to be. Put an onion up, see that? So now I'm going to lower it because cast iron holds the heat like a champ. Okay, onions first. I let them go a little bit before I add my garlic. And a little bit of garlic got in there, but that's okay. I'm just going to lower that again. Let's give it a nice spin. And you want them to get translucent. So you want to watch your heat. You don't want your onions to burn. Just give it a little spin. And now I'm going to add the garlic. Get that in there. And once that garlic hits, it's aromatic like you wouldn't believe. It is just so good. Okay, we're going to let that cook a little, and I'll bring you back when it's almost time for the vodka to get in there. Okay, that's looking really good. Now you're going to add your seasoning or oregano. See, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I am going to do just a hair of pepper flakes. Just lets the olive oil release the flavor the rest of the way after you give it a squish in your hand. And now comes the vodka. It calls for a cup, but you make your decision. I'm not at a cup. I'm at, I don't know if it'll show you from there, I'm about 2/3. And it goes, and you're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes, maybe a little less, but you're going to let it cook down a bit. Obviously, as it cooks, The flavor intensifies nice. But we're going to let this go. And we'll come back when we're ready for the next step. All right, you can see this has more than half evaporated, and that's absolutely a-okay. The aroma is just phenomenal. And I'm going to put my tomatoes in. I'm going to level with you. I always put a little bit of water just to loosen up. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, package. Okay. Just give it a little bit. Now you're going to bring this up to temperature. You want to get it simmering. You want the onion, the garlic, the vodka to incorporate into the tomatoes. I'm going to put a couple of scrunches of pepper. I already have my pot up for the pasta. Again, by taste, you could see I don't really measure my salt. Start small and add, because you can always add more. Once it's in, you're stuck. And I will tell you this, there is nothing worse than biting into something that you've been dying to eat and it is salterated. So go easy on your seasonings. You could always add to it. I'm going to taste it real quick just to see where we're at. Guys, it hasn't even melded yet. And it's so darn delicious. I'm going to tell you about my tomatoes. I buy number 10 canned tomatoes. Stanislaw. Their tomatoes are the best. Okay, we're going to let this cook just for a little bit. Let it melt. 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, and we'll come back. Alrighty, guys. Look at this beautiful red sauce. And it's been going about, I'd say 20 minutes. And I love to, you know me, I love to taste. I tell my husband, I got to taste. I have to make sure it's not poison. And he laughs at me. So let me just put a little on here. Oh my gosh. It's absolutely perfect. Okay. 2 things I want to clarify. Butter was not needed. I combined recipes and I wanted to make sure I was hitting all my bases. And the butter was just in the tomato sauce. They sauteed carrots and celery, which I'm going to tell you straight, I never cook any of that in my tomato sauce. Now it's a little more than a half a cup. I probably won't use all of it, but you can, like I said, the recipe says go up to a cup. And the cream just, maybe I will use all of it, I don't know. The cream just gives it that coral color. And then you're going to add your cheese, a healthy spoonful into your sauce. There's a couple of them. That'd be 3 healthy spoonfuls. And then just let it cook. I have my pot of water heating up to get to the boil for the pasta. And you know I'm going to taste it again. I was telling you what I did in my restaurant. You bread your chicken cutlet, boneless, skinless, and I always tap them out just to thin them up a little. Dip in egg, dip in breadcrumb, fry, and then you put it on the panini. You put the vodka sauce, you put the mozzarella, put the bread on top, put it in. I don't have a panini maker. I just smush it in a pan with pressing it down. And oh boy, it is delicious. Okay, let me see how it is now that it has the cream in here. Oh boy. Oh, that is delicious stuff. Okay, as soon as my water is boiling, I will add a couple of handfuls of salt. You know what I say, make your pasta water like seawater. I'm going to cover this. I have it very low. And when we're done with the pasta and we're mixing it together, we'll come back for the taste. Alrighty, my friends, here is the pasta. And I don't always use my strainer. A lot of times I just shake the water out this way, because oftentimes with some sauces, the pasta water helps to make it creamy. The starchiness of it helps to thicken it up. So I don't always use my strainer. Depends on my mood and the pasta and the type of dish I'm making. There we go. These are some big ronies, as you could see. They took a little bit longer to cook than they normally would because of their size. And I'm going to kind of tilt you this way so that you can see the vodka sauce. Let me maneuver you a little bit, just a little up. And we'll give it a little stir. And put it on. Look at that. Give another ladle full. All right, that is beautiful. Remember what I said, I never serve, and I don't always dump my pasta into the sauce. That depends too on what I'm making. Okay, we're gonna plate this up, so let's go to the table. Ready? Just a ladle full. We will do a ladle full of sauce. It is such a beautiful, delicious sauce. I love my cheese. You know that. That is beautiful. Oh, look at that pasta, guys. Let's go in for the taste test. Okay. These Ronies are ginormous, so bear with me. Perfection. The vodka gives it such a tang. It just has that punch, and the onions give a little bit of sweetness. It's so delicious. I hope you'll try it. If you're new, I hope you'll come back again and say hello. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the notification. My friends, cooking is not hard. You know I'm a champion of sitting around the table with your family. Make memories. Until next time, go create something wonderful. Bye-bye.